Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spurs Up Show, best Gamecocks podcast on the internet. Today is Wednesday, March the 17th, 2021. Today's show, with spring practice just a few days away, I break down my top 5 storylines heading into spring ball. Everything from Beamer's first spring in Columbia, the emergence of grad transfers, possible fan attendance at spring practice. We got a lot to get into, guys, here on a Wednesday. Again, football is nearly back, folks. I know we're all excited. It's brought to you by our friends over at Upstate Movers Group. Guys, Upstate Movers Group, superior moving service. They bring care and attention other companies can't offer because they're just too busy maintaining trucks and profiting off of them instead of focusing on service. Guys, service is what separates Upstate Movers Group from the competition. They're not a trucking company. They're a moving services company, and they're also employee-owned co-op. Their movers are paid twice the industry average, and everyone on the crew is invested in your success. They have dedicated professional crew members, and they also offer black glove service. They offer end-to-end packing services, custom crating and packaging for special items, and cleaning services as well. They're founded by Greenville natives and University of South Carolina alumni, guys, so a Gamecock-owned small business. They also offer 20 years of project management moving experience, and they can offer logistics and solutions that traditional moving companies simply do not have the skills for. Guys, whether in the upstate or across the state of South Carolina, if you have any moving needs in 2021, be sure to check out our friends over at Upstate Movers Group. You can find them on social media at Upstate Movers Group, or of course, if you have any other questions, go to their website, upstatemoversgroup.com. That's upstatemoversgroup.com. Be sure to check them out and tell them Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you, guys. The Spurs Up Show is also brought to you by our friends over at MyBookie. Guys, March is here and the madness has officially begun. It's time for you to shoot your shot and score big on the nonstop action with MyBookie. Guys, select the winners from 63 tournament games in the MyBookie bracket contest for a chance at $10,000 in cash prizes. And guys, get this, it's only $1 to enter. Guys, it doesn't matter whether you're filling out multiple brackets, betting the national championship winner, or simply looking for player and game props, MyBookie has you covered. Guys, you can sign up today at mybookie.ag and use promo code Gamecocks. Again, that's mybookie.ag, promo code Gamecocks, to secure a deposit bonus up to $1,000. And guys, make sure that you use my promo code so they know I hooked you up. Again, that's promo code Gamecocks to claim your first deposit. Guys, college ball, NBA, NHL, no matter the sport, no matter the minute, MyBookie puts the action in your hands with in-game live betting, and with choice from thousands of lines and odds, you can turn any game day into payday. Guys, bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to where hope springs eternal. Welcome to spring football. Spring football for South Carolina is back. Gamecocks taking the practice field on Saturday for the first time. Spring game on April the 24th. Shane Beamer actually speaking to the media tomorrow afternoon as well. Guys, I appreciate you all tuning in. First things first, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. I am Chris Phillips, your host of the Spurs Up Show as always. And guys, again, there's a different pep in the step. There's a different energy in the air when we start talking spring football. And I think especially back to last year, you think it's crazy. You know, we had a little bit of spring practice, but we had no spring game. We had an abbreviated spring practice. I, for one, am excited to even have spring practice and to have a spring game, be able to look forward to spring football. I think it's an extremely important time, obviously, and I know we all love it, and especially with Shane Beamer in his first season, us getting our first look at him, going to be a really, really exciting time, guys. Of course, again, Wednesday, March the 17th, we were supposed to have a baseball game last night. That got postponed, so South Carolina taking on the Davidson Wildcats tonight at Founders Park. So if you want to hear that game preview, listen to yesterday's show, because I was like, I'm not going to sit there and do it again. Obviously, we broke down the entire game, and I was expecting to recap the game and be talking football. But you know what? It kind of works out because it clears the stage. We are talking football for what feels like the first time in forever. It's definitely the first time forever that football has led the podcast. I can tell you that much. But I thought, you know what, with just a few days, I mean, literally spring practice starting on Saturday, with just a few days to go to spring ball, how about I give my top 5 storylines that I'm looking forward to following heading into spring practice, guys. We'll be doing more content like this as well, of course, from position battles to storylines to just following up with the day in, day out practice stuff and stuff like that. But really excited, man. I know there's a lot of buzz. Of course, there's a lot of energy around the program and what Shane Beamer's doing and what he's building. And with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and dive right into it. Top 5 storylines heading into spring practice. And I'd love to hear you guys' storylines, if they're different, if you've got specific ones that maybe I don't mention, I don't list, or maybe that you disagree with, leave them in the comments, wherever you're listening, wherever you're watching, whatever, leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear what are you guys most looking forward to when it comes to spring football. Let me go ahead and start. Number 1 for me, my top storyline, these really aren't ranked 1 through 5. I just listed the first 5 I could think of. But the first big storyline I'm looking forward to heading into spring practice is really simple. And I think you guys would all agree, of course, just it being Shane Beamer's first spring. Again, we're seeing it on social media, all of the energy, all of the buzz, the culture change. You see Bob Caslin tweeting about it. You see all the coaches tweeting. Obviously, Shane Beamer's very interactive. We're seeing all the hype videos and the workout videos and all that. And, of course, like I said, I'd expect more of that. I'd expect that to continue as we go through spring football. But just how much different are things with Shane Beamer at the helm? I think definitely we already know that the culture is going to be different, the energy, the attitude, the intensity. I think we all can tell already that's going to be different. But I just how anytime you have a brand new head coach, how much different are things, from practice to the way they scrimmage to the way the spring game is set up to, again, just the energy and the buzz and the stuff like that. So, again, Shane Beamer's first spring in Columbia, South Carolina. And, again, I know we're all very excited. I know we're all hyped up. Again, I talk to fans all the time. And, I see people saying, Chris, did you see the workout video? We're going to win 10 games this year. And I'm like, all right, calm down, hold your horses a little bit. Let's let this thing play out. But definitely, listen, the buzz, the energy, the excitement, it's there. So, again, Shane Beamer's first spring ball in Columbia, South Carolina, I think definitely something, again, kicking it off with the top 5 storylines heading into spring practice. Guys, my second storyline, again, this is another big one, and this one always leads the charge when it's a subject of discussion, and that is the quarterback competition. What does that look like in spring? Of course, the incumbent, the returning starter, Luke Doty. You've got Jason Brown, the transfer. You've got Colton Gauthier, the true freshman. And you've got Connor Jordan. I don't want to leave him out. But I'd say really the big 3 guys competing for the job would be Gauthier, Brown, and Doty. What does that look like? Again, I don't expect them to name a starter coming out of spring ball. I think this is going to be a competition they let bleed into, fall camp. Again, it's wide open. This is nothing like last year where it's Colin Hill's coming in and he knows the system and he knows the offense and Ryan Hlinsky is at a disadvantage and what have you, whatever. Everybody's starting from scratch. I mean, even though Luke Doty played last year, brand new system, brand new offense, Marcus Satterfield, rolling out his offense, a brand new scheme in Columbia. How does the quarterback competition shake out? And again, do we get any indication of who QB1 is or QB2 or QB3 going into summer? Because, again, I think the competition is going to carry over through summer and into fall. I think they're going to want to keep that competition open as long as possible because, again, iron sharpens iron. I know Shane Beamer's a big proponent of that and definitely believes in that. But, again, Jason Brown, he's a storyline in his own right, coming from St. Francis. What type of impact can he have early? How much can he realistically push Luke Doty? Again, I think a lot of fans, for whatever reason, are throwing in the towel on Luke Doty. And I think they're throwing in the towel way too early. Man, guys, listen, this guy played in 3 games last year, and he did some nice things for you. But look at the team he was playing on. I mean, the program, the team, the offense was a complete mess. So it's hard for me to really fully judge Luke Doty in that system and on that team and what he did a season ago, especially as a true freshman, by the way. But again, that battle between Gauthier, Doty, Jason Brown, going to be a lot of fun to watch. And again, I just wonder, watching the spring game and stuff like that, do we get any sort of indication? Or maybe will Shane Beamer name a QB1? Will he name a QB1, 2, and 3 heading into summer to build even more competition? Definitely something, again, I know fans will be keeping an eye on as we go through spring practice. Another big storyline for me, guys, I'll be watching my top 5 storylines heading into spring practice, and that is the emergence of the grad transfers. Again, there's so many guys to me that – Shane Beamer, of course, kind of put behind the 8 ball when he's hired. We talked about recruiting and how he had 2 months to do a job that other head coaches had 2, 3, 4 years when they're recruiting guys. And, of course, as we expected, the transfer portal was a big area of focus for South Carolina. And I expect a lot of those guys to be big-time contributors. Again, I just mentioned Jason Brown at quarterback, E.J. Jenkins at wide receiver. Amarian Brown, I think, might be the best grad transfer you got. I think he might have the biggest impact in year one. Jordan Strawn, the defensive end who led the country in sacks. You talk about Debo, the linebacker. Debo Williams, a guy that everybody's been high on. Everybody's been ranting and raving on this guy since he's got on campus and his leadership and things of that nature. And again, I'm leaving off a few guys, but there's some other guys in the defensive backfield and stuff like that. How quickly do those guys get adjusted to SEC football? Because again, I think that's the question with a lot of these guys. And I'm not questioning Shane Beamer's talent evaluation or the staff or anything like that. But again, like I talked about with Jason Brown and E.J. Jenkins, St. Francis ain't the SEC. So how quickly do those guys get acclimated to SEC football? Again, there's going to be a jump in competition for all of these grad transfers. And again, that's why I think I'm probably most excited for Amarian Brown, because he's done it at the ACC level, literally did it at Georgia Tech, where I'd say the competition is very, very comparable, and he really toasted everybody. So again, the emergence of the grad transfers, just how much are you going to get out of those guys, and what does that look like after we follow up on spring? Are those guys winning starting jobs? Are they backup players? Like, what type of roles do they have? Again, I think it's going to be key, not just for spring, but for this team in the fall as well. Speaking of Debo Williams, my fourth storyline, guys, is this, because again, you lose a lot on the defensive side of the ball. That's where I think the majority of the concerns are going to be. J.C. Horn, Israel McQuamu, Ernest Jones. You lose a lot of guys. Keir Thomas, Jamie Robinson. You lose a ton of guys in the defense. Does a defensive leader emerge? I remember specifically last year, in the early parts of spring ball, we still had spring practice, when Ernest Jones literally told the media, he said, "This is my defense. I am the leader of this defense. This is my defense." And I just kind of was like, whoa. And a guy, again, we all knew how talented he was and how good he was, and he obviously showed that in the field last year, and I think he's going to be a really good player at the next level. Can you find that defensive leader yet again? Because, again, I think most of us expect year one for this defense under Shane Beamer. It's going to be a little bit of a transition period. I think it's going to be the weak link on this team. But, again, you talk about a guy like a Debo Williams. You talk about guys like a Jordan Birch, like a Zach Pickens, guys that really have not played up to their capabilities. You talk about guys in the secondary like Cam Smith and R.J. Roderick and Joey Hunter and these different guys that, Aaron Sterling is back for you in his fifth year. Rodriguez Fitton, Dominic Hill. You keep going down the list. Brad Johnson. You keep going down the list of guys who I think we've seen flashes. And again, I know a lot of us believe that one of the biggest indictments of the previous staff was, lack of player development, lack of getting the most out of these guys. Again, a lot of these guys were highly, highly touted prospects, and we just have not seen it yet. Does a defensive leader emerge from that group of players? Do you have a guy that sort of by his actions and his words sort of takes over that role? Again, that's something I'll definitely be following as we go through spring ball, Shane Beamer's first spring ball in Columbia. And guys, my fifth and final storyline heading into spring practice, and this one's a kind of off the wall, if you will, but certainly something I'm curious to hear Shane Beamer talk about tomorrow when he actually addresses the media at 1 o'clock. He'll break everything down and kind of give a pre-spring practice press conference, if you will. Fan attendance. Are fans going to be allowed at any spring practice, and especially the spring game as well? I just saw Missouri has their spring game on Saturday, which I think is pure lunacy to have your spring game this early. But they are having a spring game, and they're having fans there. So what is fan attendance like? Shane Beamer talked about possibly opening up practices and opening it up to the fans, and I think that's certainly something. Listen, the buzz, the energy, the excitement, it's already high. You do that as well, though. I think people are going to go crazy. And, of course, yours truly would be out there. And I think certainly the spring game, is it going to be 100% capacity? They're just going to let everybody in? No, I don't think so. But I would definitely expect there to be fans in the building for the spring game. And, again, I think Shane Beamer and company, I think they're trying to build as much energy, as much excitement, as much buzz as they can going into football season. And I think definitely like I said, I think Shane Beamer will probably address that tomorrow, and I don't know if he'll give a full schedule of it or not, but I'd expect there actually to be a certain number, I guess, of fans allowed at practices and certainly the spring game. So, again, what is fan attendance like for this spring? And, again, how long has it been? How long has it been since fans were allowed at spring practice? I mean, it has been ages since fans have been allowed at spring practice. It's been an incredibly long time. So it'll be great to get back out there and watch the boys and kind of get a glimpse at what South Carolina has to offer should be a lot of fun. So again, guys, my top 5 storylines heading into spring practice. Number 1, Beamer's first spring in Columbia. Number 2, the quarterback competition. Number 3, the emergence of your grad transfers. Number 4, does a defensive leader emerge? And then number 5, what does fan attendance look like for spring practice? Again, guys, I would love to hear, what are your storylines? Are there any that I left out? I kind of posed this question on social media, definitely on Instagram. A lot of you replied. I know some people were saying Marshawn Lloyd in the running back room and Kevin Harris, and that's definitely something I'll be watching for too. I don't know how much Kevin Harris, how much involvement Marshawn Lloyd coming back from the injury. I see him working out, so I don't know if he's going to be a full go or what the deal is, but I wouldn't think that they're going to rush him back in any capacity. But again, it does look like, especially too, because again, I just saw a video of him working out and like pushing the sled, and I'm like, all right, his knee must feel pretty damn good. So I definitely think that's something to watch. But if you guys have others, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear the discussion, and I'd love to hear what you guys think in regards to spring practice. What are you excited about? What are you looking forward to? Again, I know I'm pumped. I know we're all fired up and excited to get the Shane Beamer era truly, truly underway with spring practice getting going on Saturday. So, guys, again, that's going to do it for me. A little bit more of an abbreviated show, if you will. But anytime we're talking football, of course, the buzz is back. Football is back in South Carolina, guys. It's really exciting. Guys, before we go, I do want to tell you about my friends over at Manscaped, because support for the Spurs Up Show is presented to you by Manscaped. And guys, a quick reminder, again, we sit here on Wednesday, March the 17th. We are at 7 promo code conversions. We need to hit 10 promo code conversions to have Manscaped come on the Spurs Up Show as a big full-time legit, and I hate to say the word legitimate because they're legitimate right now, but to come on as in a much bigger role, in a much bigger capacity in regards to a partnership, if you will, and a sponsorship. And I don't have to explain to you guys why that would be such a big deal for the business. So again, if you could do that, they've actually got like a ball trimmer mat, if you will. It's like $3.99. Go use the promo code TSUS. Go buy it. Again, if you do, shoot me a DM. I'll send you some merch, whatever, just to say thank you. But again, I do want to tell you about Manscaped because the products are awesome. I use them basically every single day. It's the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels, guys. They obsess over their technology developments to provide you the best tools for your grooming experience. Guys, Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million men worldwide, including yours truly. We have an exclusive offer for my listeners, guys. Like I said, 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code TSUS at Manscaped. Again, that's 20% off plus free shipping with promo code TSUS at manscaped.com. Guys, Manscaped hooked me up with a bunch of tools and formulations from their Perfect Package 3.0. Guys, listen, there's nothing worse when you're trying to trim your nuts, you're trimming your downstairs, if you will. Maybe you got a big date, you're hanging with your girl, or you're just trying to stay groomed, right? And you cut yourself, you nick yourself, you're bleeding, it stings. It's just a flat out mess. It's more of a mess than South Carolina's football offense was last year. I mean, that's how bad it is. But Manscaped, not to fear, has created the best ball hair trimmer ever, the Lawnmower 3.0. Guys, their third generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology, guys. And I now feel confident when I'm shaving my boys. In addition, guys, this trimmer, this is the craziest part to me. The trimmer comes with an LED light. There's a damn flashlight on the thing for a more precise shave, and it's waterproof to make your shower shave clean and easy. And guys, don't use the same trimmer you use on your face as your balls. That is just nasty. Leave that in 2020. The Lawnmower 3.0 comes inside the brand new Perfect Package 3.0, which comes with everything you need to keep trimmed, cut free, and I would almost say most importantly, smelling nice down there. Because there's nothing worse than, just smelling bad. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want that to happen. Manscaped Perfect Patch 3.0 also includes the Crop Preserver, an anti-chafing ball deodorant on the smelliest part of your body. Guys, you use deodorant on your arms. Why not use deodorant on your nuts, right? And yes, your balls do stink, believe it or not. And speaking of sweaty and stinky balls, I'm thankful for the Crop Reviver as well, guys. This product, along with the Crop Preserver, keeps your balls from sweating, smelling, and sticking. Manscaped also threw in 2 free gifts into their perfect package, a pair of high-performance Manscaped boxer briefs that'll keep your junk feeling fresh all day, and a travel shed bag to store all of your grooming goodies. Guys, I can't stress enough, the boxer briefs and the travel bag. The travel bag might be my favorite thing, no doubt, because it's, for the longest time, I was one of those dudes, I was just putting my toiletries and all that in my freaking book bag, and like just the worst. I mean, you got to upgrade, right? If you're going to be big time, you got to act big time, you got to have big time stuff. That travel shed bag is an absolute game changer, guys. Trim that junk of yours. Again, get 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code TSUS at manscaped.com. Again, that's 20% off and free shipping with promo code TSUS at manscaped.com. Guys, unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Again, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Hey, like I said, South Carolina baseball, the game postponed. They are playing tonight against Davidson. So once again, I will leave you with this. Go Cox, beat Davidson, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.